everybody's making this thing about like who's really in charge, like Trump or Elon. Like, I have no concern about Trump and Elon's relationship. Everybody thinks that like Trump is going to feel insecure about Elon. Like, Elon is hitched to Trump for the rest of his life, whether he likes it or not. He can't go back to the left, right? Because he is the villain now. He's also at the highest level of government he will ever be. Like, Elon's been dealing with like local governments trying to get shit pushed through. Like, if you want to build something here, you got to deal with your local mayor. He's been doing that for fucking decades. Now he's at the right-hand side of the most powerful person in the world. He cannot be president, unfortunately, like you, because you're not born here. That's his, and I would love to change that. But that is as powerful as he will ever be. And he can't go anywhere else. So Trump is like, I'm cool with this relationship. He's going to be good. And if he gets too crazy, I can be like, yo, back up, chill the fuck out. And he has nowhere else to go, so he will. Vance is the one that's interesting to me. And nobody talks about Vance.
Oh, why?
That guy comes from broken home in Ohio, poverty, goes to Yale, navigates Yale. That's tough. You got all these like trust fund Nepo babies there. They're politicking together. They're building businesses together. What does he have to offer them outside of pure IQ? Right? Yale. Does he go to business school after that? Or does he go to is it a law degree or something like that?
I know right off the bat he gets a internship or a job with Peter Thiel. Something like that.
Ooh.
Thiel picks him up, obviously smart, and then he says some really disparaging things about Trump, and then manages to convince him that he should be his running mate. This is like, and he has this like little kind of like Midwestern accent, so obviously like, coastal elites don't take him seriously. Take that motherfucker serious. Like if there is one person there, like obviously you saw the Zelensky moment, he made a moment for himself, but he's even emotionally managing Trump in that moment. He had the moment, but he's giving all the credit to Trump during the moment. You treat him with respect. This is his office, even though he's having his moment, right? So if I'm Trump, I'm looking at Vance and I'm going, what does he want to do? And is he going to eventually make a move? Not make a move to get me out of here. Obviously, you don't want Trump's endorsement, but how much attention is he going to want to get? Because that guy, you do not treat lightly.
Pat you called it from. Oh my God.
You said the same thing?
The moment he hit the scene, Pat was like, I don't know. Like, even the shadows over, you can't even see his eyes because his shadows. Pat was like, I don't know about that guy.
The memes of
Don't get me
Vance
wrong.
these
With
days
the
are great.
debating and everything, we've grown like respect and like giving him props. But Pat has been calling it for a while. Pat said, I don't know about this guy.
Well,
a long time ago.
He could be great. What I'm saying is, do not treat him lightly. Like, he is somebody that is a very serious motherfucker.
But here's the question.
Yeah.
Did he do the convincing or did he get picked? Meaning, let me explain what I mean by that. Look, when I saw him debate Waltz and the way he handled himself when he says, I'm so sorry to hear you went through that and you and your family went through that. That was the moment where I'm like, wow.
Feeling. Empathy.
He got it. Yes, of course.
Empathy.
Absolutely. Like, and even liberals had to say, this seemed like a presidential debate because of the way he carried himself.
Waltz didn't know what the fuck to do. He's like, wait a minute, I'm the good guy.
That's right.
Wait a minute, this guy's being good.
That's right. What do I do? I can't even
frozen.
talk. That's right.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. It was a clinic. Honestly, if anybody wants to watch a clinic of a debate, go watch the debate he had. The way he handled himself was so impressive.
He's stoic, he's calm, he's collected. But what I will say to Schulz is
I'm sorry,
this.
I'm not done. What happened right now? I'm still giving my opinion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, hang tight. Let me make my point. I'll come to you, bro. You're sitting. I'm going to give you your.
No, you won't.
Throw something at this guy, by the way. Throw a little flip-flop at this guy. So Adam gets excited when comedians show up because he wants to show that he's a comedian. And sometimes that to him, it's a very important thing. By the way,
so does
we
Vinny,
give
by
a
the way.
disclaimer before the podcast. You're not a professional comedian, okay?
You're not going to convince me of
Kick
that.
back. But anyway.
It's not going to.
All right, so let me go back to the point with JD. So, however, having said that, the part you got to be thinking about is the following. Here's the part. I'm not deep into it to know how many of these positions are positions where a person says, I will come and give this support, and I'll bring Zuck for you, and I'll bring Amazon for you, and I'll bring this for you in exchange for a VP. I don't know if that happens.
Do you think that's the conversation?
I think it is. I think
Interesting.
in these moments, for somebody to say, look, I'll fully commit if you allow me to recommend somebody as a VP, and if that happens, I'll give XYZ amount of money. Now, if there's anybody that you have to be careful with doing that with, is Trump. Why? Because Trump's going to do what Trump's going to do. However, Trump's also a negotiator. Like, for example, one of the deals that Epstein's not being released, a guy on Manex Circles, Alan Klein, right?
Yeah, Alan, what's up, baby?
He says, why do you think Schumer agreed and he caved? You think there's any correlation with the Epstein files not being released? I don't know. Maybe it's a form of a leverage. I don't know that. You don't know that, right? So we don't know what's going on. But I think at these levels, at these high levels, how big of a role did Musk play in the 2024 election?
Huge.
Massive.
Huge.
Pennsylvania.
Huge.
250. Contacts, relationship, calling people out. Anybody that went against Trump, just kind of doing that part. So, I don't know. You know, and then Don Jr. was very complimentary of J.D. Vance. There's a lot of talk about different people. And I actually think they picked the right guy, to be honest with you.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think they picked the right guy.
When I say don't take him lightly or make sure you take him seriously, it's not an indictment on his character. What I'm trying to say is he's not some idiot. He might be the smartest man in politics. From where he came from to where he is right now, that's a tough road to go down.
How do you put him with Vivek? They went to school together. What's the difference between the two?
Vivek has a harder time communicating smart ideas to dumb people. Vivek is a genius. And he is like actually in a lot of ways far more radical than Trump or Elon or JD. Like they're tame compared to Vivek. Like Vivek is a true, and I mean this in like an endearing way. He's like a constitutionalist radical. Like his idea for Doge was different than Elon's. His idea was like, we're going to use the Constitution to strip the bureaucracy. We're gonna go into these organizations that he feels are not representative of people and making decisions that are not representative of what people have voted for, and we're going to use the Constitution as a justification to strip those organizations of that power. To me, that's like a way more American way of going about this system. Whether it works or not, who knows? Maybe he does it with Ohio, but I think that his trouble is I think he's around really smart people all the time who he can take for granted certain like vernacular that he's using that like the average day person like me might not get. So like whenever I have him on the pod, I'm stopping him. I'm like, you're making a good point. Break it down.
Yeah.
Sixth grader, you know? And that's really important. Like the best communicators are people who can do it to sixth graders. Like Trump doesn't talk like an Ivy League grad. He talks like a guy from around the way. And that's why, despite him being a billionaire...
Did you say Trump talks like he's poor?
Yeah, he talks like he's poor.
You said that, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that was such a good point you made. Yeah,
this is what Democrats don't understand. Like, why does some guy who got money from his dad relate to the poor people? Because he talks like that.
Yeah.
He talks
Such a good point.
like them. Very
and Vance
similar.
wrote Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
And he'll talk shit.
That's
He
not
doesn't
a
give
that's not a
knows
book
what he's
Vivek
doing.
would write.
No, of course. Of course not.
And Vance was also in the Marine Corps.
And Pat, just throw it
With a
out,
bunch of guys.
Peter Thiel hired him at an investment firm in 2017 and then donated $15 million to support him in the 2022 Ohio Senate campaign. That's a lot.
By the way,
That's a
Peter
lot.
Thiel, you know what he is?
Yeah. What?
There are the next phase of the power players behind closed doors that are super. There's power players,
And then there's that guy.
and then there's super power players, and then there's that guy. He is in the top 5 list of superpower players.
Wow.
Kingmaker.
He's a kingmaker. He is
Wow.
a very, very unique guy. Very. Look, there's 2 things you can't teach man in life. You can read all the books. You can go to online courses. You can go to conferences. You can take whatever online course on anything you want. You can take it. Great. You can't teach instinct. You can't teach intuition. You cannot teach it. Instinct and intuition is pure DNA, genetics. It's you. It's what you've seen. It's what moments you've been to be able to read. Like, you know how you talk about, and you say, I don't know why, but, 50, whatever 50, he's never wrong. And Okay, that's a what? That's a street guy that's got intuition. So when he calls out one guy, like, the only way you build that is for having been in a lot of these weird, intense meetings to see and study body language, and you have to have a little bit of a rough life where it was not stable to be able to size him up. Peter Thiel is one of those guys. Adam.
Thank you, sir. Well, a couple different things here. JD versus Vivek. Clearly, JD outlasted. You know, one of the things PBD always says is outwork, out-improve, out-strategize, outlast. He clearly outlasted him. Yeah. Speaking of a fifth grader, you know, there was a show with Jeff Foxworthy, I believe.
Yep.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Yeah.
It's because there's actually a proven science to it. Some of the reason that Trump won in 2016, because they actually tracked each of how many candidates were there was a stage and a B stage, a varsity, junior varsity. Like Ted Cruz spoke like a 12th grader. He spoke higher than anybody. People are like, I don't even know what half the thing he said was, but I sure definitely want to build that wall and drain that swamp.
Yeah.
And Trump spoke like a fifth grader. That's been tracked.
I think there's
no doubt.
I think that might be true, but I think you're conflating two things. Like, one is just having slogans. I think Democrats don't have good slogans. I think Democrats need build a wall. They just don't have it. And like,
chop that dick. How about that one?
I'm a knucklehead.
How about that one?
I
don't know
just didn't catch on. You know?
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
But here's another. I think you actually, and I'm actually Schulz for you as a comedian, as a philosopher, and smart. I think you missed something here.
Yeah, talk to me.
I got to tell you, because I see where you're going.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. You're becoming a superstar.
I don't know.
You're talented, and you said that you think that Elon, you think that he's hitched to Trump forever. I don't know. I don't know if you're familiar with the hero's journey and story arc.
Ooh.
Because he was a liberal.
Yeah.
Now he's with Trump.
Yeah.
He's 25 years Trump senior.
Yeah.
When Trump leaves office, Elon's going to look around. He's going to be like, what's next? Because you know who does this better than anybody? Do you remember when Hulk Hogan was the good guy?
And then he became
I am a real. Then he became NWO. And then he went back.
Yeah.
Even The Rock did this.
Yeah.
So Elon might go back from dark MAGA. You never know where he's going to go with the technocracy. Mm-hmm. And the reason that I'm so upset with you, Schulz, is because I see what you're doing.
The future looks bright. Spring collection is officially here. I don't know if you've noticed. The White House tweeted future looks bright this week.
Yep.
Everybody's tweeting. Ripple tweeted future looks bright. Wow. This new gear is the puff print, which, by the way, this right here, this will not last. This hat, future looks bright, will not last. You see the logo that pops. If you see the future looks bright,
matches the
lettering
outfit.
that pops.
I like it.
Okay, we got this for Adam. We got this for some folks that if you want to wear the spring collection, we have this here. We have another color here again for spring collection, the brown one.
Buy
and then
two
we got
and do a
these
gender reveal.
Visors. Well, by the way, guys, these shirts. I dare you to order one. Wear it out. Okay. If you don't get a compliment on it, message me. We'll give you 2 of these for free. Is that
the deal? No compliment.
Well, he's going to do it here.
You get no compliment.
If you don't get a compliment, we'll give you 2 more of those shirts that nobody likes.
Future looks bright. Look at this here. By the way, feel the material. How this
feels good.
This is called the puff print. Feel it. Feel the material.
We'll make you a good deal. If nobody likes your shirt, you get 2 more.
Spring collection.
Be
Go
like
out there
Don
and do
Lemon.
it.
Feel the nipples.
Anybody that places an order, we're putting in one of these new custom VT mugs that are here. That has been made for anybody that places an order. We're going to send you one mug as well. Spring collection, place your order before these things sell out. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.